He's innocent. He had acted in self-defense from day one. We've always considered that, and this evidence we've known was out there. It's good we have it before a jury, and he's going to be acquitted.
He is going to be acquitted. That was George Zimmerman's attorneys earlier today, arguing that his client will beat the murder charges against him. Joining me now is Benjamin Crump, attorney for Trayvon Martin's family. Ben, what is the reaction from Trayvon's family about the evidence released today?
Well, I've explained to them it's just a desperate attempt by Zimmerman's defense team to try to prejudice and influence the jury, and that is an old strategy. You and I have talked about it, Reverend Sharpton, the strategy of vilify the victim to try to justify the heinous act of George Zimmerman and justify killing Trayvon Martin, and it's irrelevant. All this stuff that they put out today is completely irrelevant.
Now, do you think that these photos will actually be put into evidence before this trial when they have this hearing with the judge?
Reverend Sharpton, to answer your question plainly, no. These photos are irrelevant. The only photos that are relevant are the pictures of Trayvon Martin on the night that he was shot and killed by George Zimmerman.
Now, do you feel that there's a strategy behind now this 6-week delay that they've requested? I mean, what do you make of that?
Well, we've always believed that they know if the jury follows the evidence that they will convict George Zimmerman of killing Trayvon Martin. There is so much evidence, overwhelming objective evidence. You know, they try to throw red herrings about marijuana and pictures of Trayvon with a gold teeth that have nothing to do with anything. And when you really think about the drug use, because the Sanford Police Department did not take a drug and alcohol analysis of George Zimmerman on February 26, 2012, we will never know what was in his system, even though he admitted to Detective Serino that he was on prescription medication and that it influenced his memory, and that's why he had to get out the car to look at the street signs. Now, we don't accept that because we know when you listen to the objective tape, he got out of that car to chase Trayvon Martin because he said these a-holes always get away, and that voice analysis is going to be crucial. That's relevant evidence, everything that they release.
Let me make it clear so I'm understanding you and the viewers are understanding you. The night that he shot and killed Trayvon Martin and he was brought into the police station, he being George Zimmerman, was not tested for drugs?
Was not tested for drugs or alcohol use. And unfortunately, we will never know how the prescription medication that he was on that night affected his judgment that night when he killed this unarmed child.
Now, when you look at the pictures that they've released, what are they trying to paint a picture of? Because both my earlier guests and now you're saying this is irrelevant. So what are they attempting to do here, Attorney Crump?
Reverend Sharpton, they are trying to influence the jury, and it doesn't make sense because you have to really ask yourself, is the defense trying to say because Trayvon Martin looked a certain way, it is okay for George Zimmerman to shoot and kill him? These pictures are irrelevant, and it goes to that same stereotypical mindset that caused George Zimmerman to get out the car and chase Trayvon Martin.
Now, you are a Florida attorney. Tell us about how juries are in Florida. Are they playing to the fact that in certain areas there may be biases, or is this desperation? I mean, make us understand how they deal with juries in your state. And I know your state is different in different parts, but try to help us understand the thinking here as an attorney.
Yes, sir. Reverend Sharpton, Florida is very diverse, and it's like most parts of America where you have people who have biases. We all have certain biases, but we pray, and Sabrina and Tracy really believe in the criminal justice system, that the jury is going to follow the law. And I think what Attorney O'Mara and his team tried to do was to influence these biases, these prejudices, to try to say, we don't want you to focus on the evidence that matters. We want to throw red herrings at you. We want to throw stuff that really is irrelevant, that's never going to get admitted, but we want you to know about it in the newspaper. So when you come to jury selection, you say, oh, Trayvon Martin, he's not a good person. He's this, he's that. And that's not true. That's not relevant. God help us all if they gave the death sentence to every teenager that smoked marijuana, Reverend Sharpton.
I mean, what is your expectation? Do you feel, all things being equal as you know them now, that there will be a fair trial in Sanford, Florida on this case?
I believe in my heart of hearts that the judge is going to work hard to make it a fair trial. We need this trial to be very transparent so everybody can see that it's fair. And when the verdict comes out, we can all accept that verdict, because Tracy and Sabrina and their family, as well as you, Reverend Sharpton, and so many others, have asked that everybody accept the rule of law and not try to take the law into your own hands, like George Zimmerman did that night when they shot and killed Tracy's and Sabrina's unarmed teenage son.
Well, I certainly want to see, whatever the outcome, that we do not take the law in our own hands, and we want to see justice served. Martin family attorney Benjamin Crump, thanks for your time this evening.